Hello! Welcome on in, beautiful, wonderful souls. Thank you so much for coming along. I appreciate it. My name is Matt. I'm going to be your GM for this brand new campaign, which is the Atomless, which is the first ever Starfinder campaign. Oh my gosh, so exciting. It's so beautiful, wonderful. This is pre-recorded, so we won't be able to talk to you through via video. This is all in the past. However, some of us will be in chat, and also it's just going to be a beautiful, wonderful story. So just sit back, relax, and have just grab some popcorn, have a nice little time, look at some adventures through space. My beautiful crew that is joining us here today. I'm just gonna shout out Dylan. Do you want to go first, pup? Want to go first? Just introduce yourself. Just say some socials.
I can say some things. I'm Dylan. I use all pronouns, and I am Super Dylan everywhere on the internet. Instagram, Twitter, my website, superdylan.com. I write games and am in them. That's what I do.
Oh my god, I can't believe I'm playing a game with you. That's the hypest thing I've ever in my life. Werewolf. Beautiful, wonderful werewolf. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. My name is Noordin Ali, but yes, you can call me Werewolf. I go by Werewolf Feels all over the interwebs. My pronouns are he, him, and I write for games, I consult for games, I play in games.
Games. Oh, we got some... I can't believe how many wonderful professional game people we have. It just ramps up the pressure of me being good at this to 1,000 degrees. It's very exciting. Next on the list is beautiful, wonderful content creator Momo O'Brien. Momo O'Brien, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Momo O'Brien. I'm pretty much everywhere at Momo_O'Brien, and I make content about immersive experiences all over the world. You can find me pretty much anywhere, but YouTube is where the good shit is at.
Beautiful, wonderful. And last but not least, my fucking dude. Andre, would you like to introduce yourself, honey?
Of course. Hello, my name is Andre. You can find me at Andre Rivera Art on Twitter primarily. I am a professional artist. I do character design, caricatures, illustrations, largely in the TTRPG community, but also for other things sometimes, and just for me. So
yeah. And oh my god, just the most talented boy around. Sorry, no, come on, please continue. I just wanted to sing your praises a little bit.
Thank you, I appreciate it. You can also find me over on Total Party Kiss on Twitch, where you can see me play in another campaign on Sundays at 8:30 p.m. EST, which is Greek mythology themed in Tragedy Theologian. It's very fun. Also, I do stream on Twitch every blue moon or so.
Beautiful, wonderful. And hi there, beautiful people. I am the GM, Matthew Ebbo, or Captain Krail on all things. I stream Monday to Thursdays, just goofy little goofy games, having fun times. Except for Thursdays, which is TTT RPG, which is Thursday's Tabletop, where we make games or write some stuff. Yeah, it's a good little time. So I hope to see you over on there. Okie dokes, beautiful people. Would we like to go on a little adventure throughout space?
Yes, please.
Yes.
Incredible. Let's bloody go, eh? Okay, dokes. The people say that the being who created all things ripped themselves into atoms only to give the dark void of space life. They say they plucked their own eyes from their heads, gave it to the universe to make stars. They tore their skin off so the universe could use it to forge planets. They drained themselves of their blood, flowed into water to make sure life could grow. Their sacrifice made the universe so overwhelmingly happy that the once dark void burst into color and light. Swirls of reds and purples, greens, yellows flowed throughout the galaxy like paint in water The vast and now colourful sea stretched endlessly out, and it brimmed with life. And after years of pondering and living, those creatures that lived on those planets, they found ways to connect with one another. And then they met and told stories and laughed and cried about the sacrifice of this being. And they named the galaxy that connected all of them the Atomless. A nebula floats. Colours spin, dance around a thin line of darkness that streaks across the stars. This thin black line rumbles, making colours flutter like scared birds. The line glows, and it grows longer and longer, and then bursts open, forming an open eye. A ship stares this eye down as it floats helplessly in space. But this seems too big. Our story can't start here. Let's reconvene. Of all of the solar systems that drift through the Atomless sea, our story starts on a space station in the Acer solar system. The warm sun of Acer warms the cold hull of the VA-11 space station in a vibrant light. The VA-11 is used as a meeting place for travelers all throughout the galaxy to catch up with old friends, toast to new goodbyes, and recall old adventures. The halls are packed with different species traveling from all over the galaxy. Vendors set up in long hallways selling foods to advertise their planet. Hey, get your schlomps here, only from Caesar. Hey, we got sugared gabloms over from Nerd Noir. You won't find them anywhere else. Hey, we got fresh gwamps caught in the last solar day all the way from Ron. The best gwamps you can eat. People hustle and bustle and barter and bribe before their ships take off. Some starting their stories, some ending them. And this story begins with a roll of a dice. Can everyone roll just a cheeky D20 roll to see who is going to be introduced first in our little story?
We're playing this game.
Oh, we're playing this game!
I got a cheeky little 13.
Oh,
I also
lovely.
got a cheeky little 13. How dare you?
How
Shit.
dare you?
All right, is there anyone high?
Do you also want me to roll? Because I remember I have special privileges because I'm dating you
Yeah,
and I
know.
asked to go last.
Hey, listen, we have our fun, sexy little understanding of one another. No, you don't need to roll. You're good, honey.
Thank you, I love you.
What do we get?
A cheeky less than little 18.
Oh, there you go. Hey, listen, 18 is the one. Let's start here.
Oh dear.
Let's start here. Let's get up some fancy little let's get some fancy little tunes, eh? Okay. The soft lights of the resting area, although turned down to their absolute minimum, blind you. They're set into night mode, but even that's more light than you've seen in years. Your body, as you turn, aches in the soft cot that you have, itching at the fabric rubbing against your skin. The window to your room shows the vast, colourful sea of the Atomless. The stars collect a rainbow of colour, gathering to see the man they've heard stories about, and the man they haven't seen in years. You hear a little as your phone lights up. It's an alarm for a job that you have picked up. As your hand goes over and touches the phone, the light of the phone hits your face, and as we see Azhaam, can you describe him for us?
Well, right now he's lying in bed, trying desperately to catch some shut-eye before going to the first job he's had in quite some time. From the human perspective, one could say he does look very human, like a brown-skinned, heavily bearded, long, black-haired human man. But there's some rather large differences. For one thing, he stands at like 6'4", and lying down, he's slightly longer than that. His hair is wiry but straight, and over the backs of his arms and other places you can't currently see because of his clothing, there is what looks like black scales made of kind of the crust that comes from cooling magma. And even so, if you look closely, there are little fissures where those scales meet, where small amounts of light can be seen, as if there's magma indeed running underneath the skin. There are 4 horns reaching back from his head, 2 extremely large ones that swoop back and curl up to a small point, and 2 much smaller ones that only go about a third of the way. His ears are long and pointed, and there's clearly a lot more lines than maybe even he's used to at this point, surrounding those fiery red eyes as he looks at the phone.
The phone says it's a text because you've already responded to the job posting. A little message says, "Hey, nice to meet you. My name is Scrap. My ship is parked in Hall A. If you want to make over, we're waiting for a few others."
Right, I'll be right there. He gets out of bed and puts on a pair of like grayish, heavily pocketed pants, a white long sleeve shirt rolled up to the elbows. I mentioned he was clothed before. He has an undershirt underneath that, a burnt orange scarf, and a quilted vest that barely covers the upper half of his torso, and then slips on some really tall boots. He's got a very broad sort of build about him, and a little bit of extra weight around the middle.
As you leave and you find your way to Hall A, you walk past a calf in the main market area, and you see a Kalasha, this 4-armed grey humanoid. They're sat at a table in this apron. They're holding a thick black fluid in a thermos with 2 of their 4 arms, and the other 2 seem to be like typing on a touchpad. You've met this person before. You know their name is Keely. She spots you and she perks up. She's like, "Oh, well, hi, darling. How you doing?"
I'm doing good. First job in quite some time.
Oh my God, they got back to you, did they?
I did. Quick question. Do people say good morning on a place like this? Or...
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's pretty normal for people to say good morning. Some people who have been on here, they tried to make, like, good waking. They tried to make that pop off, but nobody likes it. Everyone's like, just say good morning like a normal person. Stop saying good waking. It doesn't have the same mouthfeel. So yeah, you can just say good morning. Good morning, darling. It's nice to see you. Hey, I actually got a question for you. You're a Ifrit, right?
Technically, singular is a Friti, but yeah.
Ifriti. My apologies. Okay, well that's grand. What's your planet called? They hold up their little tablet and they're like, "I got a crossword I'm trying to do and I don't know the answer. I'm trying to do it without Googling, and I feel like speaking to people, that's that kind of, it's all right."
E, 2 R's, U-M.
U-M. Hey! You hear a diddling on the pad. Well, thank you so much, honey. I appreciate that.
That's a tough crossword. Most people haven't even heard of us.
Well, apparently that's why they put it in. Hey, can I get you anything? I owe you for getting this. I've been stuck in this for a few hours now.
Well, what's in thermos there?
Well, this is it's just a weird, like, as they swill it around, it's like this thick, like quite viscous fluid. Like it's supposed to keep you awake. It's real warm. Apparently they made it on Earth, but we kind of just messed up the recipe because of all the stuff, and they used the wrong type of thing. It's nice though. It's Kalishtar.
I'll take a cup of that, and maybe something snack-like to go.
Yeah, sure, huh? Tell you what, what's your favorite sandwich? Or snack at all, I'll make it. We got a bunch of stuff in the back. It's quiet today. People are too busy traveling.
I don't remember.
All right. Hey, listen. Social pressure is hard. Don't you worry. I'll get you just like a normal thing. Are you vegetarian or anything? Did you get you sorted out?
Nope. I eat meat.
Okay. Yeah, sure thing. Yeah, I'll get some. They scurry off into the back room, and there's after a little bit, they come out with like a pre-wrapped, just like this like green meat with some just like random leaves in a wrap, and like there you go. I'm not the best cook, but you know, it'll suit you, and it was free, so there is that.
Thanks. I just like drop it into my vest. We'll see you again, I'm sure.
Well, I do hope so. Don't you be a stranger. You look after yourself on those missions.
Yeah, I will.
All right. I'll
Take
see you
care.
later. You too. Does Azhaam go right to the meeting place, which is Hall A, or do they?
I feel like,
Sit around.
yeah, they don't want to screw up their first day on the job, considering it's been so long since they had one. So yeah, they'll show up, not just on time, like a smidgen early.
Right. You go walking off, and again you find your way. It's pretty simple. You as you are walking to the to Hall A, you pass by Hall G as you're just walking through, and in it stationed is a large carrier ship, and in front of the docking bay are a few people in these like very manicured, strong, imposing looking green armor. They as you walk, you feel a watch on the side of you.
The hand that's not holding the cup of coffee, like there's a grinding sound coming from it as I inadvertently make a fist and just clench as I walk on past, trying not to stare.
And you walk on past, and you walk toward Hall A. Our other two people who both got 13s, would you all like to roll again? Or one of you can, of course, be kind enough to offer the banquet to someone else.
What do you think, Dylan? You want to roll?
Let's roll.
Let's roll.
I'm feeling
Okay.
competitive.
Yeah.
With that starting off.
Oh, well, I only got a 5, so.
And I got a 6. So
Ah!
very unconfidently, booyah.
It doesn't matter how much you win by, as long as you win. That's it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Ike. The gentle hum of the engine pairs with the soft piano music that plays from a speaker that's centered in a large wooden desk that you're seated at. There are papers strewn across the table with the logo saying the Brewery Mining Company. It's stamped on the corner of every page. You don't know the people you're sat with. They have clean pressed suits, neat haircuts, warm smiles, but there's none of it in their eyes. They've given you what seems like warm words, but their warmth was spent years ago. But that doesn't stop you from searching for that warmth. Your eye falls upon a projector and a human giving a presentation. They're young, around mid-30s. They have slick back brown hair. They have a rare softness about them. They have a name tag that says Quinn, and it has he, him underneath it. Right, well, with the brewery and cert merger and with the incident that happened a few years ago, we are looking quite pretty. And there is a small chuckle. I really think that we can use this time to expand ourselves and move up in the places, that we, deserve to move up in. As you're all aware, as I'm sure, the shareholders meeting is coming up soon, and with that there'll be a lot of people to impress. Both of the CEOs are going to be down, and there's a lot on the line. But honestly, there is nothing that, after we've secured this deal, there's nothing that we can't do. They look around the room for some form of reassurance, and their eyes fall upon you. Hi, can you describe yourself?
Yes, I am a pretty little rat girl, who is, maybe on the shorter side of human heights, something like 4'9"-ish, and she's wearing a skin-tight bit of pink armor and a cloak around her shoulders. Right now the hood is down, and her ears, which are quite large, she has kind of tried a little bit to tuck them back as to not take up too much space.
Quinn gives you a soft smile and then gives it back to the room, and then continues to the presentation. We join back at the break. Everyone in the room is sitting around. They're talking for lunch. There are like an array of just little sandwich dishes and just some like picky foods for the group, and they're all mostly talking amongst themselves. Ike, what are you doing?
Well, kind of just like twiddling the tip of her tail between her fingers, waiting and looking and hoping that someone will acknowledge my role in this, or anything at all.
After a little while, there's a quite hearty laugh as this Quinn like pats the shoulder on someone, and they walk over to you.
I drop my tail.
Hey, how are you doing? You okay?
I'm just fine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, sorry, it was rude of me earlier. I mentioned the shareholders meeting and the winter ball. That was bad of me. I shouldn't have done it, because it's only for people who actually work in the company, and you don't. You got the you're helpful, and you've gotten here, but I'm sorry about that.
No, I of course, I totally understand. It's just, well, shouldn't I be involved with shareholder meetings? Just, things like that. Maybe I could advise a little bit on how things are going to work.
Well,
I have a little bit of skill in that.
Well, okay. See, because the problem is that I can get you a ticket. Of course I can, but like my car is broken down, and getting you a ticket and fixing my car, it seems like a thing that's just like a little. It'll be hard to do. You understand?
I really do, but well, first of all, if you have problems with your car, I could help with that too. I could probably find some of the parts you're missing, but also, if it's too much trouble, I don't want to be there. It's just that I just thought that maybe I could help to troubleshoot a little bit.
Oh no, I want you to be there. Absolutely, of course. It was so much fun to have you there. Yeah.
Our shareholder meeting's usually fun.
Well, this one is a winter ball, so it's like it's kind of a shareholders meeting and kind of got like a there'll be like, you know, fun little party elements at the end, you know.
Well, and Aigo kind of pick her tail back up between her hands and say, on second thought, I actually don't really have anything I could wear to a ball, so let's just focus on the job.
All right, hey, whatever you say. They take a few steps away, and they they pick their phone out their pocket, and they stop kind of in front of you, and they scroll for a little bit, and they're like, you know what is absolutely devastating? Do you know the theme park Leviathan Eye? Do you know of it? It's just outside of Ran. Have you ever been?
I know of it.
They had these drinks called ice storms, which were like they were goofy, absolutely filled with sugar. They had these like little eyeball looking things in it. It was very silly, but I heard that one of the shareholders they love this drink, and it was what they grew up with in their childhood, you know. But you know, the Leviathan Eye, like a few days ago, it's such a shame because it crashed into the asteroid belt that it's next to, so we can't get him. And you know, now I know it's not very good of me to say, but you're a smuggler, aren't you? You've done a lot of smuggler type things. Gotten drinks from the lower decks to the uppers.
I think you know that quite well.
Well, all I'm wondering is if you are able to just get a hold of some of these drinks, then I could buy you a new dress, and I can definitely get you I can get you a ticket into the shareholders meeting if you'd like. Of course, it's entirely down to you, but you could go with the shareholders. You can rub some elbows. You know, we could get you permanently living in the upper decks. Of course, if you want. I understand if you don't.
You know that we make that. We make them.
It's just not. You know, it's not the same if you don't get it from the actual place that it's made.
Well, right. I mean, I can get them. I can get those.
Would you? Oh my god,
Yeah.
that'd be so wonderful. One of the other people like hits Quinn on like the side of the knee. They seem to be overhearing the conversation. They've got like a female form, but they're android, little mohawk, tied quite neatly. They just bat them on the side, and they're like, Quinn, come on. It's like, what? No, it'll be, you want to go to the ball, and we need these drinks. If you go to Leviathan's Eye, the little, or what's left of it, I'm sure there's some ships going out to travel and scrap them, then I can absolutely get it. I'll pay for the dress and everything. We'll get you the top range people to do so. Does that not sound great?
Do you know my size?
Hey, I'll take you to a tailor. We can get it all figured out. Absolutely.
A tailor.
Yeah. Doesn't that sound like the best?
They're sugary drinks, really quite terrible, but I'll get them.
I know. Hey, listen, I know, and I don't want you to be doing it. Like, not that I don't want you to come along. It's just, you know, the drinks aren't very good, but you're just such a whiz at this stuff, at picking up things. You know that it'll be wonderful, and it'll look good for both of us. Oh, you mainly, because you're the one who picked it out.
Right. Yes. I'll
Yeah?
do it.
Fantastic. Well, the job boards outside. I'm sure there's a few posted. I think I saw one earlier for a ship traveling to Leviathan's Eye. Maybe you could go and hop on that one. And hey, listen, all we're going to be doing is talking amongst ourselves about this certain brewery merger. It's entirely boring, and I can't imagine that you'd want to listen to it. And I'll fill you in after when you return.
Sounds terribly boring. And she will skip out of the room and put the cloak back up immediately after she walks out.
You hop, skip out. The doors have a sudden like, and then you leave, and then and shut. And there's like a crowd of people, like a flood of noise. The soft piano music and the soft clicking of the typewriters have immediately left. I said typewriters, which is now canon. Everyone uses typewriters in this universe, apparently. The typewriters in the other room leave, and now there's like this talking of people. There's hustle bustle walking around, and there is a job board which is just down the hallway a little bit. What's Ike doing?
Well, in the crowd, she kind of seems smaller, instantly. The hood up and her tail kind of like clutched in towards her body as she sort of blends into the crowd of people to get a look at the board.
You sidle up close to it. It's pretty. It's a board that as you like arrive near it, it seems like a bit too tall, but then like lowers itself, almost like understanding your presence. And yeah, you see a few jobs on there. There is one posting from a contact called Scrap, who is in Hall A, and they're saying that they're going to Leviathan's Eye. It says, you can take what you want. I'm just there for one thing. We'll offer a free ride to anywhere you want if the job goes successfully. And again, you can keep what you take.
Is this like an electronic kind of board? Yeah. Well, I like go and press my finger to that.
You press it, and there's like, you feel as it like ding and glows. You feel a small like energy through your finger, and it kind of follows down your arm to your hip, where you feel a small like little buzz. Upon looking at your phone, there's a little message just saying, "Hi, thanks for agreeing to come. I'm in these coordinates in Hall A. We have a full crew now. Hope to see you soon."
I'm off.
As you walk down the halls and make your way toward Hall A, Theriac, hello. Your mind breathes. The tip of the reeds on the top of your head bloom as you bask in the warmth of the sun. You hear a trickle of the fountain, being protected by a proud bed of flowers, sitting in a cold bed of dirt in the center of the main space that acts like a city center on the station. The flowers burst with color, giving sustenance to the buzzing robot bees, tricking the flowers into thriving. You hear like a large cuckoo as you feel a breeze, as you feel the ventilation shaft open and blow an embarrassed wind throughout the room of the station. Your mind focuses on the world, the chatter, the life that fills these halls, the ambient music that seems to be playing throughout fades and abruptly stops. And then a mascot pops up on the screen. They have a purple lion-like body, but where the mane would normally sit is this wreath of tentacles, and their face is a lot more humanoid than it should be. Well, hey there! Have you ever wanted to snuggle a sharp wing? You wanted to kiss a carrack? You want to form a friendship with a Frugi? but can't because they're just too dang vicious? Well, here at Wild Times, we've made these once scary beasts regard you as a friend. So come on down to Wild Times on Eden. Tickets start at 500 credits. Book using the code I want to have a wild time for 10% off if buying 4 or more tickets. The advert cuts off after showing a few more animals, and then the music comes back and returns. As it returns, and the sun and eyes that were once looking upon the screen seem to just flow back throughout the room. Theriac, would you like to describe yourself, Bunny?
Yes. Theriac is about 3 foot tall organism with a humanoid body. Their head and the sprouts that come out from on top of them resembles a garlic bulb with purple petals that sprout forth. They have pretty tight-knit features around the center, mostly just eyes and an opening for a mouth. They wear a single lens visor over their right eye. Their ensemble is very clinical, I would say, with a jumpsuit underneath that almost looks more like a gallabera, a very tropical sort of feeling, layout and design and colors. And with a single badge on their pocket that probably displays a photograph of them and then their name, Theriac. Their arms and legs are more like roots, and then there are some almost like clay-like elements that are incorporated as well around the joints and some of the longer elements of their body that aren't as flexible.
As this advert cuts off and finishes, you feel a buzz on your thigh. Checking it, you see it's a response to a job that you picked up a few days ago. As you are aware, the theme park, the Leviathan's Eye, collided with the asteroid belt that surrounds it. And there have been sightings of bizarre slug creatures, and you have been asked if you can go pick one up. What do you do?
Theriac looks over the message and then replies in like a very formal sort of email, just saying like, I will be attending this meeting regarding Leviathan's Eye. We'll be bringing as much equipment as I can, and hoping that this expedition brings us something fortuitous, and then just sends it off. Am I in the in my current abode on Adun at the moment, or am I at?
You are on the VA-11 space station.
Oh, I'm already on VA-11.
Yeah,
okay,
you're
cool,
on VA-11.
All right.
Yeah, you got here a few days ago, and you responded to this request whilst still on Adun.
Right.
So
right.
it's been a few days since you've accepted this. This little note.
I think after sending off the message, Theriac is going to look back towards the these robotic pollinators that are going about and just mulling them over, and like has like a little like holographic like notebook for like field notes. Fascinating.
You, whilst studying these robotic pollinators, You feel a presence behind you. When you turn, you see a patra, which is a large leopard humanoid. They're wearing a small waistcoat, have a little trilby, and have a little paper notebook, just like a little holographic notebook, just like you do. Hey, my name's Beck. She hurts. It's nice to meet you.
Pleasure's mine. Thank you.
Your name is Theriac, is that right?
That's right.
Wonderful. I'm working on a story about the living conditions of the animals on Idun. I understand you're one of the head scientists working there. Would you mind answering me a few questions?
I unfortunately have a meeting in a few minutes. Unfortunately.
Oh no, of course, I understand. This won't take a moment of your time. The creatures that are on display, they've been seen to be passive, which is unusual for their normal wild counterparts. Is anything you'd like to comment on that?
No comment. And we'll just begin like packing up. Clearly, like this is more just of the news reporters who are looking to get more information about Wildside that is beyond Theriac's like control, really.
Okay, no comment. That's no trouble. Is it true that the more aggressive animals are forced into hunting zones where customers can hunt them for sport?
I don't remember that being ever included in our plans. No.
Okay, unaware of that. That's great. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So what are you doing here on the space station so far from Wild Time, even though Wild Time is opening? Are you running from something?
No, I have a job, as I stated before. If you will excuse me, I have other matters to attend to. You have a good day, Beck.
Jumped ship and started a new job. Shamed? Okay. This is wonderful. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate everything. You've given me some very good things to focus on. I hope you have a wonderful day. If you want to contact me for any explanations or increase in answers, there's my card right there. And they hand you a small card with a universal number on it. You have a nice day, Theriac. I appreciate you answering those questions.
Of course, Beck. You have a nice day as well. Thank you.
They turn around and walk off, trying some things. They sit not too far away. They just kind of they walk over and they sit down. They seem to not be paying that much attention to you, but are still occasionally will look up and then go back and then write some more notes.
Fucking paparazzi. Yeah, Theriac is after being sort of pestered by this reporter, by Beck. Theriac is just going to say, I'll study more of the wildlife here later. And is just going to go ahead and walk towards Hall A, keeping an eye out maybe for like anyone else who's more of the media type and trying to avoid them.
You do so. You see a few people who maybe are not like actively looking for you, but people who are traveling. This is like a station where people stop off and go somewhere else. So there's a lot of like young upstarts trying to get those kind of things. You walk through the halls, and eventually you walk to the place that you've been asked to meet. As you walk down this long stretching hallway, you see through the windows there's a ship that's docked in Hall A of the VA-11, which has been nicknamed Valhalla by passers-by. You see in front of you, just before the doors that enter Hall A, there is a you see Azhaam, who's standing there, and as you walk closer, you spot Ike also, who walks from another direction. You all seem to get to in front of these large metal bay doors at the same time. Through the some few glass panelings and some windows, you spot a ship that seems to be built of all different parts of different ships. It seems to be just like a bit of a mishmash of technology. But you all arrive at the same time. Is there anything you guys would like to do?
I stay a little bit away from the other two. Just a little.
I think Theriac is just kind of looking up at the Theriac sort of has just like a layout of the premises, and is just double checking like, this is Hall. Yeah, okay, this is Hall. Okay, just checking, and then just like closes the sort of map application. Just kind of looks around like. Hello. Are you all here for the opportunity?
I'm here for a ride.
A ride?
Yes, the free ride.
So, Patchwork, vs. either of you scrap?
Scrap? No.
Scrap. Scrap.
Like scrap metal, or?
No, this is... I got... Okay.
I was told that there were going to be, this was an expedition regarding a possible mollusk-like species. No? Not ringing? Okay.
I saw a job that...
Yes, I saw that. I saw a job too.
Well, it wasn't... Now that I think of it, wasn't really a job. Actually, was more of just an offer for a sort of free taxi.
I think what's going on is it's probably something the van needs a crew. So.
Well, but why are you here then? Scientist.
Oh, well, I was told that there would be some sort of zoological sort of study, capture, something along that sort.
I take several steps back.
And you know, it's for understanding the xenoecology of this possible. I seem to be losing you, don't I?
Are we all at least under the impression that we're going to Leviathan's Eye?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Maybe
that's
not a trap then?
Why would someone want to trap us together?
I like to assume that traps are just sort of always waiting.
Can I sense
Around
motive?
any.
You want to sense motive? Yeah, you can. Okay, you can absolutely roll sense motive. That's no trouble. Would you like to sense motive on the job or on Ike?
Ike.
Okay. Yeah, sure. I guess we can have our first little roll will be a dual roll. Hell yeah. So, this depends, Ike. What are you? First of all, Azhaam, what are you trying to suss out about about them.
Is this a person who thinks that they're in trouble, or just a person who's paranoid?
Okay.
Like,
Now-
is this their natural state of being, or is
You
this
can,
like...
so you can always just freely give this information if you'd like, but if you want to keep it like a little more hidden, you could roll a bluff check if you'd like, and Azhaam, you roll me a sense motive, and whichever one's higher, we get that spicy little tidbit of information, which you can use as you see fit.
I'll go with the bluff check.
Uh,
That's a 2.
Oh, love that.
No.
Cheeky little first roll as a 2. Love that.
I got a 23.
So,
The
you can use that
answer is-
information.
The answer is both.
Oh, great.
She is both always like this, but also is afraid that someone would be after her. Yeah.
I think introductions in order. Yeah. I'm Azhaam. How do you he leans in a little bit, then pulls back, and then he tries to extend a hand and realizes, oh no, that might not be it. Trying to see how you would like to be greeted.
As you pull your hand back, she reaches her hand further out and grabs it and pulls it back in. That's right.
Azhaam, he.
Oh, Ike. She.
And I lean down a little bit and try to extend a hand again.
Yes. Theriac. They.
Right.
Pleasure to meet you as well, Ike.
The whole study of creatures. Can you explain a little bit more about that?
Right. I should probably introduce myself. My name is Theriac. I am a biohacker, largely incorporated with the Wild Times facility, zoological park, and we had just recently opened some time ago, and was told of this opportunity to perhaps find some more individuals, more organisms that we could possibly bring into our lab and study. As far as most of the wildlife inside of Wild Times is from Idun, but this would be extending our studies beyond just our planet. So.
Okay, so not like me.
Well, what is you?
I'm just a lady.
Can I sense motive there?
Oh my god, Ike is the smallest thing I've ever seen. I want to give him such a big hug. Yes, yeah, you can sense motive all day, absolutely.
I'm just a lady. Never ends well.
I love Cinderella business rat.
All right, here we go. Sense motive, baby. Oh no. Are you bluffing, Dylan?
Oh yeah, you can, again, you could do like as any role that you would like
This
to.
isn't really a bluff. She doesn't understand the question. But she also is a rat, so
Rats can be ladies.
she's just wondering if your studies include her.
Oh, right. I should clarify. People are not part of that. That is exclusively organisms. like non. Yes, out of character. to differentiate.
I got a little bit worried.
Yeah.
Well then, I apologize for my earlier rudeness. It is actually nice to meet you.
Of course.
She'll give you the shake.
Yes. What is it exactly that you do for a living? Azhaam?
I am just I just take small jobs here and there. Yeah, just
Freelance
place to
worker.
place.
I see. Yeah.
Exactly that. Yeah.
Freelancer.
Ditto.
Two freelancers. Very, very good. Well, I'm excited to be working alongside you. I hope that this provides you more opportunities going forward. I suppose we are on the same expedition now, aren't we?
Quick
Well-
question. Go ahead.
You were right, though. Scrap? We haven't seen a scrap anywhere, have we?
No.
I will reiterate that you're stood in front of the large bay doors to go into the Hall A, where you can see the ship beyond. Just to reiterate. So yes.
Well, then I guess we're all here for the same job. We might as well go in.
Certainly. Yes. And we'll.
I just click the button to open the door.
Yeah.
Yeah, you click the button and the doors open and you see ahead there's this long metal hallway, and at the end you see the ship more clear in view. So many different parts, guns that don't fit the ship. There are engines of 4 different sizes from 4 different ships, all haberdashery put on, almost like someone is making a quilt of 1,000 different parts. You see just halfway down the hall another Yoski, another little rat. They are brown, smaller, more hunched over. One half of their face has been replaced with this large metal plating, and they have this green glowing eye. Their ear on this side has been replaced with a little antenna that is blinking occasionally. As the doors open, this little rat turns and goes, "Hey! Oh, this must be my team. Hey!" And they walk over and they hobble towards you. "Hey, how's it going? My name's Scrap. It's nice to meet you. You are... God, we got an imposing bunch on us, don't we? Come. I'll give you the rundown of what we're doing in a little bit. How did everyone find the trip? Everyone find Valhalla all right?"
We found it just fine. What's the job, if you don't mind me asking?
We'll worry about the details when we're in the air. Don't you worry about it. We'll get you all on the ship first.
Would it be hard to find when we have maps?
Well, we have maps, and it's also an entirely destroyed space station theme park that's just flown out there in the middle of space. So it's not that hard to find, is it?
I meant VA11.
Oh, you meant here? You meant here? This? No, it's easy to find. Again, this is the whole space station. There's signs everywhere, and y'all look like a smart bunch. Hey, I'm boring you with all my... You're gonna get me all carried away with just talking. You've already got me half doing it. Come, follow me. I'll introduce you to our engineer. They hobble down the path, and it opens up into the docking bay ship room. This is the only ship that is housed there, and they gesture for you all to walk in. And as you walk in, Skye. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah. I hate character intros, so Matt let me pre-write mine. I'm also assuming you don't have any copyright-free rock music in that little bag of tricks, do you, Matt? Everyone will just have to imagine it.
Yeah, we'll imagine it, because my first port of call was immediately like, I could improvise some, and I was like, no, let's not do that. Let's let you just...
Oh, I'm a fool. I haven't had the music up at all.
Oh, it's all good. It's just all background things. You're all good, don't you?
Wait, you people communicate through sound? I've been doing this wrong.
God.
Okay, so... You first hear the 90s grunge rock, blasting at a volume no one over the age of 25 could stand. You trace it to the source, an ancient-looking boombox, the pages of a comic book draped across it, fluttering to the vibrations of the bass. Nearby, sticking out from underneath a cluster of pipes and dials, is a pair of baggy pants. A pink crop top is illuminated in intervals by the sparks and hiss of a welding tool, and held off the ground by what looks like a skateboard. Pink sneakers tap to the beat of the music, and you think you can faintly hear a female voice singing along amidst the noise. The legs bounce from the floor and onto the skateboard as two striped sleeves reach around the pipe and push a young human into full view. Large, dark, round goggles adorned with plastic butterfly wings look back at you until they're pushed through short, icy blue hair, revealing tired but bright green eyes. A face framed by freckles and pastel bandages smiles as a girl no older than 17 stands to greet you. She stomps her foot down, kicking the skateboard into her hands, which you can now see is peppered with colorful and eccentric stickers. As she flips it to her back, fastening it to a magnetic harness, she offers you a fist to bump and says, "What's up? My name's Skye. Welcome to the Patchwork, my dudes."
I handshake the fist.
I was gonna.
Okay. You're supposed to go like, then you can do a little explosion. If you want to, add some flavor.
Okay.
Hell yeah! What's your name?
Azhaam.
Azhaam.
This is this is Ig and Theriac.
What's
She,
up?
they, he.
She, her. Welcome aboard. Okay, so are we heading out, Scrap?
Ah, shit. Yeah, hey. Yeah, I'm ready to go if y'all are ready to rock and roll.
Ike has kind of hung back a little bit, and is trying to get a quick assessment of the place, especially this engineering room, just to see if it feels Skye-worthy, and also maybe to see if Scrap feels Skye-worthy.
Skye obviously is Skye-worthy. That's the it's the other two.
Yeah, no, Skye seems solid.
Yeah, Skye is Skye-worthy, absolutely. Do you want to
got the
go on?
I think Theriac just comes up to Skye and is like, "Hello, very nice to meet you. You're the engineer in this in the project. Very nice to meet you. My name's Theriac.
Nice to meet you too.
And it'll be a pleasure to work alongside you.
Not a $10 words.
Yeah, we got a guy who could speak for the for all the galaxy. We got the brains. We got the brains. We've been waiting for someone like you. It looks like we got the brains, the brawn, and look at the cutest little lady over there. Hey.
Oh my God, you're so cute.
You're so
cute. I'm so sorry.
I do sincerely hope that we all have higher functioning cortex organs to use.
You feel like a
brain?
metal arm thrown around you. Who's
Yes.
this guy talking about cortexes? God, get on the ship. What you doing?
Y'all do realize we're
can you
stealing stuff from a broken down.
Hey. Later.
actually
We'll
haven't
go on the
told
ship. We'll
Jet
get on the
yet.
ship. We'll get on the ship. Ike, do you want to roll me? You can roll me an engineering if you're trained in engineering, or you could roll me just a perception if you just want to.
Yes, I would like to go for engineering, please. Oh, finally. Okay.
I gotta go on.
21.
Oh, beautiful. This ship is again, it's like it's called the Patchwork for like a reason. It seems to be made of 1,000 different ships. Looking inside, you see each chair is different. Like there are parts where it's like the ramp to get inside is made of like 3 different sheets of metal. It looks kind of like a mess, but it does look very functional. The engines seem to power up and like are still like humming along. You notice a weird thing. Ships in this universe, they all have a figurehead, a piece of their ship which is like a statue purely for looks. This doesn't have a figurehead. The Patchwork doesn't have one. It also doesn't seem to have a drift core or any engine that can function with it. A drift core, you would know, is what people use to travel from solar system to solar system. So if you have a functioning ship, you can fly like planetary to like planet to planet. But you can't go like solar system to solar system, as the gap is just too far, and you can't just analog do it. It's like it's the difference between like riding a horse somewhere. Like you can ride a horse from town to town, but you can't ride a horse from like country to country. And a drift
Maybe
core.
you can't.
Yeah, I am a loser. I can't do that, unfortunately. But I've heard people can. I'm just a city slicker. Yeah. So it works. It's a functioning. It's as haberdashery it is. This is a functioning ship.
Okay, I'll continue to fiddle with my tail, but less intensely.
After there's the loud yells from Scrap at Theriac.
Is a good way to put it.
Yeah.
That's the correct preposition? I don't remember.
Yeah.
Theriac would know.
You do see them look at you, and they walk over. Hey, you're all right? This thing flies, if you're wondering. I know it looks like trash, but it's a good ship.
I feel like this guy got like the best parts of a bunch of different ships and just put them all together.
That's literally what
It
happened.
looks like shit, but it flies so good.
Yeah, it's great. I know it doesn't look like much, but don't you worry. Like, you're in good hands here. You got like the best mechanic you could find and an engineer that I found on a planet. Like, you'll be fine.
An engineer you found.
It does. It looks quite good, actually. But I kind of would like to know what the job is before we are in the sky.
Well, clearly we're going to this place that an asteroid hit and looting it of what we can find.
Hey, Tank's got it.
That's the whole of it. There's no secret surprise.
Everything that he has said is correct.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I apologize for my rudeness. It's nice to meet you.
Oh my god, you are not even rude. You're so cute. What the fuck? Can we, like, fly?
Yeah, come on aboard, everyone. Come on aboard. I got some snacks and stuff if people are hungry. We got a little drive ahead of us. I'll explain the mission more when we get on.
Very well, very well.
As you walk onto the ship, you see that there's an amount of chairs, a series of chairs all laid out, all with like a small like pull over computer kind of holodeck and things like that, which you see on a lot of different ships. But all of them are from different ships and look very different and seem to suit many different needs. When going on the ship, what chair what chair hits you guys? Which chair would you pick? What does it look like? What does it feel like?
I can go first because I knew this
Absolutely.
question beforehand. So Skye parkours over things in the ship and lands comfortably on a movie theater seat that flips down and is a shade of bright pink, and takes a cup out of the holder on the arm and just starts sipping it and flicking switches and shit right above her.
I think Theriac is going to be looking for the most, I guess, sort of just functional seat just to sit on. So it's going to be a very like sterile sort of bar stool that you might find in a laboratory.
Does
Just
it
kinda
swivel? Does it swivel 360?
It swivels,
Is it one of those?
yeah. Mhm.
Nice.
And just uses the little like bar just to like climb on top of it, and then just sits in the seat.
Nice.
Yeah.
Ike is gonna pick the one that looks the most fancy. So if any of them have like a bit of plush or like a little seat cover of a nice squish material.
Oh, absolutely. There's like an old like grandparents chair, like real nice with the big backing and all that. Yeah.
Yes, she was sitting that.
Azhaam looks to like a chair that looks like it's made for someone his height. It's comfortable. It's like a captain's chair from some ship, from like a capital ship too.
Nice.
And then he sits on like a plastic folding chair that someone just bolted to the floor. It's too small for him. Because he doesn't know if that seat's for him, and he's like, "Oh, that feels wrong. Maybe that's the captain's chair. I'm gonna sit in this one."
Scrap walks through, spots you, Azhaam, and is like, "Hey, you can get on the nice chair if you want. You're sitting on that's literally like a deck chair for a beach that I thought I was just like, oh well, we need a sixth chair, so I just stapled it. Stapled is the right word. I use staples like stationary, like it will. Guy your size with the speed that this thing goes, that's 100% gonna break, dude. Please sit on a better chair."
I look down, and I try to sit up, and there's this audible creaking sound as I do. Move over to the chair he pointed out and sit right back down.
Scrap walks up to the front. There's like it kind of looks like submarine-esque, like the windows kind of go the whole way around at the end of this ship. There's like a huge deck, clearly nicked from probably stolen from the same capital ship that Azhaam, your seat is from. It's a very fancy, pretty high-tech switchboard, and it's flicking a bunch of switches. You hear the ramp up behind you. Now, we ain't flown with this many people before, and the first test flight was like, when was it, Skye? Like a few months ago was the first test flight of this?
I mean, yeah, but I've done the calculations, dude. Like, it can hold maybe like 6 people, size varying.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it'll be fine. But just in case it's not, nah, it'll be fine. Flick some more switches, and you feel the at the engine as the patchwork lifts off, and then a real sudden jerk back as it off into deep space.
6, you said, Skye?
Yeah, but I mean, like, you know, you're much smaller than him, so I say 6, but maybe like 8 of you, 5 of him.
Yes, and Theriac is like a
We could hold
head
like
of
13
garlic. I think we could,
Theriacs.
yeah. Okay,
I
think
would be
it'll be
deeply
fine.
distressed if there were more than one of me. I must say.
Scrap the biggest secure, right? We're
Oh,
like,
fuck!
We're
Yep, base secure.
Yeah?
Don't worry about it. Yep, no, it's
all
all
right,
good.
so we're on track. We're good.
Yeah, we're all secure.
Okay, so dude, I was wondering how you posted a job for us going to take the scrap from this station when it's not necessarily legal, so I feel like we need to
Alright.
be honest with these dudes.
so terribly sorry to interpose. I was told that there would be snails or mollusks of some slugs, perhaps.
There gonna be slugs?
Oh, hey. Right, so I'm gonna let you all in on what we're doing here today. The Leviathan's Eye theme park has crashed somehow after its like 300 odd years of flight in orbit over Ran, crashed into the asteroid belt that surrounds it.
We saw it happen. It was so gnarly.
Fucking crazy. That place is basically dust now. Not basically
But-
dust. There's lots of it left.
But it's dust full of stuff that no one's
Full of
coming to
shit.
take quite yet.
Exactly. So, what we're looking for is a drift core. We don't have it yet. We're trying to get out of this fucking solar system as quickly as possible. So, we need a drift core. It should be somewhere in the engine room. These ships normally have like hundreds of them. We just need one. Grab the drift core, bring it back to us. I'll install it. Give anyone who wants a free ride to literally anywhere else. That's fine. Also, any scrap that you guys find, you can keep. It's none of my business. I don't know why you're all here. But yeah, you can keep stuff. Theriac, yeah, there's been reports of the asteroid that crashed into it broke open and all of these weird little slug creatures just kind of came out and are kind of floating there. So yeah, you can grab one of those. I don't know why the rest of you are here, but yeah, no, I'm sure there's something for Alia. We can pick up where we dock a little later when we get a little closer. We don't know if anyone else is coming for this ship, so and we kind of don't want to run into people, not like now at least, because we might get overrun with hats before you know it. So,
Yeah. Do you think that the bar is still standing?
I certainly hope so. I don't
yeah,
know. Like maybe.
yeah, I'm sure. Why, you getting drinks or something?
I thought I might.
Yeah,
Wait.
I mean, I'm sure it's all still functioning and open. It seems like the asteroid only destroyed like the outer hull, so there's anti-gravity through like a lot of it since the gravity thing has been busted. But power still should work, and I'm sure the coolers work. Yeah, the bar should be working fine.
That's the reason we hired you guys, because, like, you know, there's a lot of cool stuff there, but it's too big a job for me in scrap, you know? It's a little too dangerous. That's why no one's coming to get their shit yet.
Double checking. You said hefts, right?
Yeah. Yeah, the big bastards might be coming, but might not. As long as we're in and out, we might be able to slip by them. If we stay there a little too long, then they might appear just to like clean up some numbers, make sure that, you know, the place is quote unquote safer, but if they're there, then it's not going to be safer at all. For everyone, the Heths are a large military group in this solar system. You would all know that they are. You might know some people who are like from there or who know about them. You've definitely seen advertisements all over the place, especially on the VA11, advertising like if you sign up to join the Heths, your family gets like a lot of credits, like 50,000, 60,000 credits to sign up. Yeah, you would know that about them. If you think you might know more or you want to know more, we can talk and roll dice, and that's fine. That's a base knowledge that everyone would know.
I'm sure they'll definitely show up, but if we're quick, which I can be quick. You look pretty quick, Skye.
Oh. I can be quick.
Theriac, when you're going to get all of your slugs, Which I think it's great that there are actually slugs. I didn't think that part was going to be true.
I, for a moment, also thought that was not going to be true.
I'm very happy for you. But can
Congrats
you be...
on the slugs.
Congrats on the slugs. Can you be quite quick?
The goal of the mission is to acquire them on the planet and then leave. I'm not there to study them extensively in this environment. It's mostly to
Well,
capture.
it sounds like this isn't their natural habitat, as it
I understand.
were. So maybe bringing them somewhere less targeted.
I'm
study?
bringing a sample of the population. I'm not collecting all of them. It will be 5, maybe 10 individuals if I'm lucky.
Good. Okay. And Azhaam, how quick are you?
Can I do a check?
Do you want to roll a dex check just to see if Azhaam just like runs up and down the thing?
No,
Pretty
no.
quick.
I think he's off in his own little world. I'd like to do a check to determine how much I know about the Heth, specifically.
Absolutely. Okay.
I'm thinking it could be a culture check, or perhaps, maybe a fun little profession check for me.
You can if you are trained in culture, which is weird that you have to be trained in it. But if you're trained in culture, then yes, culture, absolutely. But also, if you want to go spicy, I'll give you a little I'll give you different information if you want to go your specific profession. But yes, you can also do that. It's really down to you which one you'd prefer.
Let's do a profession check.
Let's
try it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's a 16.
Beautiful. Would you like to state what your profession is, or would you like to keep it just kind of cheeky you?
A cheeky me sounds
Just cheeky
right
you?
for now.
Okay. Hi there, beautiful people. Just for the people watching, listening at home, hi there, hi, how's it going? In this game, everyone has a set amount of skills, as just like D&D. However, they have one skill which is called the profession, which is kind of their job or what they did before the adventure started, which is specifically unique to them. So everyone has like a little spicy, little different one. And you got a 16, you say?
Mm-hmm.
There's a weird term that goes with the Heths. It's not an official one, but it's like anyone who joins up with the Heths don't come back alive. Not in a they die, but they are never the same when they return. People who sign up always are far more shut off and seems kind of like their soul has died a little. In combat, they are brutal, like berserkers. Their full name is Ulthethnar, which is berserker. They are full on. They like raging powerhouse of a unit. They attack in big numbers and completely brutally. So you know these people to be a scary group.
Yeah, I'm not that fast.
I mean, look at you. You could, like, pick up 3 of me, though, right? You need to, like, break down a door or something, you know, lift heavy boxes.
I'd still not like to face off against, them much.
The Heths?
Yeah.
I mean, like, I don't think anybody here does. I think we're all on the same page there.
I would like to go back on a previous statement that I feel like we perhaps flew over rather quickly. This is... How legal is this again?
It's not at all if nobody finds out we're there. Because
if no one finds out that everything is legal.
Let's make sure no one finds out. And be...
I mean, here's the thing, dude. is we get there, we take things, we leave without a trace. Other people get there, they're like, ah, damn, a little bit more than I was expecting got washed away with the asteroid tide. Nobody really gets hurt here. Like, it's illegal, but it's not necessarily wrong, right?
The thing is that
Like
the Leviathan.
jaywalking.
Like jaywalking!
It's like jaywalking.
Except we get stuff.
It's like jaywalking. It should be legal. It's weird that it's not. This place is scrap. If we get there before any government officials get there and then claim, like, all this is, you know, we're gonna do whatever with this and send it back to the government, we're just, hey, listen, I'm here for one drift core. So I don't really give a, like, that's not even that illegal. I'm just saving some money. I'm being smart. You're stealing stuff. I don't know why you're looking at me like that. You want to take a weird little slug thing. Isn't that kind of weird?
It's not thievery. That's scientific collection. It's different.
Okay, well, I'm scientifically collecting a drift core to add to my sweet ride. Is that good enough for you?
Scrap, are there any more energy drinks in the mini fridge? Can you check?
I don't know. I overstock those things and you go through them in like 20 minutes.
Can you just pass me one?
Fuck. All right.
I think what the point is that no matter what we're taking, the truth is that a place like this considers it illegal to infringe upon their territory and take anything, including snails or mollusks or mussels.
Snails are a type of mollusk, yes.
Yeah, I knew that. Common is not my first language.
I didn't know that.
No, neither did I. And neither did I, Matthew Ekberg, the
brain.
DM of this.
We're all learning today.
This garlic over here. No matter what you're doing, it's not considered legal by these people or by, Hef.
Which is why we're going to get out of there really quickly with all the things that we get. And then we'll be on our way.
Good point. I don't have a gun or a knife or anything.
Well, can I ask you something then? Are you looking for anything in particular? We all seem to have a little something that we're after.
Right. Of course, I would come here knowing that I wanted something specific. A little snow globe. Yeah, from this place.
From the amusement park?
One
yeah, I got
singular snow globe?
some private collector wanted to pay me for a single snow globe.
Oh,
That's
Oh
rad,
shit,
dude.
that's dope. Is there money in that? Is there money in like collecting snow globes?
Yes.
What was
The
your
resale
name
market
again?
is astounding.
Azhaam.
Azhaam, hey, yo, here, catch. And I toss you a small, round, metal something.
Is it a grenade? I do catch it.
It's a grenade, yeah. Don't, I should have told you this before I chucked it at you. Don't pull that little metal tab until you want it to go like, pfft, you know?
Yep. I attach it to my vest, and I seem to I look like I know what to do with it. That's fun. You can have that.
Cool.
If you want some stuff, we got some spare shit from, we have some spare shit. You don't need to know where it's from. If you want to get dressed up and you want like a second skin and stuff, we got some things for you.
Oh, no thanks, I'm covered.
Yeah,
I pull down the scarf, and there's like a rather fancy undershirt on.
Oh. All right. Do you want like a pistol or something? Because we have those. I will say I'm not coming with you. I'm gonna stay on the ship, circle around outside, pick you up wherever you need to be picked up. You can take. I have a gun. You can take mine.
I'll maybe take it. One second. I get a question.
no.
Gesundheit.
That was scary because it wasn't from anyone on camera, and I was just very.
Get a stowaway.
So our sound effects are through Sirenscape. And one of us just played a sneeze. That's all.
Mhm.
No. What about you, doctor, professor, scientist,
Doctor's
Theriac?
fine.
Doctor's good? Okay.
I do have a needle and pistol. May need some ammunition. I'm more familiar with tranquilizers, sedatives. If we must use
Force.
Listen.
live ammunition,
Bro, dude, I love the energy y'all are bringing to this. Y'all are way too prepared to kill somebody. The whole plan is we're not gonna interact with anybody. I love the ambition, but we're trying not to kill people here.
Yeah, no,
I'm
makes
not
sense.
worried about the people. I'm more worried about whatever. I do not know the size of these
Of the
particular
slugs?
creatures.
You didn't check the size of the slugs before.
I was not told much of anything, as I think many of us have not been informed of several aspects of this particular mission. However, it's important that when going on an expedition such as this, that we are prepared for encountering wild animals, that there is the possibility of lethal threat and an attack, and to be prepared, sometimes live ammunition is when it's necessary. I prefer sedatives. I prefer tranquilizers. Things go out of hand.
I will take a gun, yeah.
All right, there you go.
Crap, where did you get these guys?
I just put out like
Oh my
50
God.
different ads, and these are the
Random
only 3 to
assortment.
turn up.
Of vague job
You make it
descriptions.
sound
What did you
so
sound?
scary. It's
It's just
It's
you
all
know.
safety protocol. You must understand.
Oh yeah, no, that's really safe. Yeah.
We're-
I think I am through with questions. Actually, you mentioned food.
Yeah,
There's
I got some
soup.
food.
I am quite peckish.
I think there's some leftover pizza in the mini fridge. It might be under that energy drink I asked you to pass me like 10 minutes ago.
You know you can walk. The seatbelt sign is off.
You're
It's
right,
like
I'm sat
literally
here.
closer to you than it is to me.
Oh, it is?
I don't
Oh,
know.
well, don't
We're
I
all
look like a
using
dick?
theater of the mind, aren't we? I don't know where the fucking it turns
Well,
on the
we were using
autopilot.
theater of the mind, I assumed. It would be near you if I'm asking you a message to me.
Turns Scrap like flicks some buttons, and there's a small like ding of like an old like it's literally like an old. I mean, I say old. It's an airplane like seatbelts off logo. But it has like another bit that's like wired into it that has these big neon lights that say autopilot enabled, and then the little seatbelt sign comes off. Right, so yeah, we can get up and just walk around the ship. Scrap walks over, pulls the energy drink out, throws it to Skye. Yeah.
With one hand, barely
So opens up this little tiny like bachelor pad mini fridge. There's like a couple of like finger sandwiches and some like cold pizza and shit in there, as well as like a whole side of it which is just entirely filled with energy drinks, and like one almost empty thing of ketchup.
I have a
Sorry,
very
it's not.
important.
I was just gonna say sorry. It's not a pleasure cruiser.
I have a very important question for you.
Absolutely.
The pizza. Before I react to seeing it, on a scale of day old Domino's to the slice of pizza in a Goofy movie, how delicious is this pizza?
That is like the accurate range of pizza quality.
I need
So
to
we've-
know how ravenous I become.
So
Well,
we've
I
all
mean-
watched the Goofy movie.
We've
Yeah.
all
I
seen
mean,
the
we ordered-
1995 classic, A Goofy Movie.
I'm gonna say on that specific scale, we're kind of looking at Krusty Krab pizza, I think.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
okay.
like, Scrap, we order pizza pretty often, but because of that, we get bored of a lot of pizzas, so I feel like it's probably fresh, but a little wacky. You know? Might have anchovies.
Yeah, we ordered
I
like
actually like those.
oh, there you
Oh,
go.
hell yeah.
Hell yeah, no, dive in, gang, you got it. Just through there is the sleeping quarters. it doesn't have a lot. It has like a hammock and like it has a hammock, a child's double bed, as well as like a few other things that you can sleep on if you want. It's gonna take us around 8 hours to get to Leviathan's Eye with this current tracking. But yeah, y'all can walk around and do whatever you want. That is a sign. Whereas, if there's anything that you would like to do, any little conversation bits, there's like 8 hours you cool kids have to kill before you arrive. We could of course just skip right there, but if there's anything y'all want to do.
Can I immediately kick my feet up in the movie theater chair, take a rolled up comic book out of my back pocket, flick it open, and be like, so do you have like a personal problem with the Heths and like some sort of issue with self-loathing, or am I picking up on something completely unrelated?
Self-loathing.
Yes to the self-loathing, no to the Heths thing?
Other way around. I'm confused about self-loathing.
You're confused about self-loathing, so you don't know whether you hate yourself?
I don't hate myself. I'm just,
You just don't think you deserve the nice chairs?
well, I just didn't know if it was already claimed or not, and I didn't want to ruffle any feathers.
Oh, right. We forgot about our 5th member of this crew. We keep him in the closet. He only comes out for parties and to sit in the nice chair.
I would sense motive on that, but I feel like I do know enough about sarcasm to get it.
No, go ahead.
Also,
Closet,
Scrap
right
does
there.
go.
Check.
I would like to think that I or one of you are the 5th member. We all have a 5th member. You mean 6th?
I might mean 6th.
You might mean 6th. Yeah, I'd like to think that I was the 5th member, or I was the 1st. I made the team. Anyway, I'm going back to doodling.
Okay, bye.
Go back to doodling.
What are you doodling?
Fucking, you know,
Cool, man.
just like I literally I can't think of anything aside from the word dicks, so I can't state because I feel like
You're
that'd be
drawing
weird.
fucking.
Join. Yeah, it's just it's my art. It's my art of
Everybody's got a side gig.
yeah. I'm a furry artist on the side. So I'm making money. How do you think we afford all those pizzas? You know what
I now
do.
trust you as a captain a lot more.
Yeah, no, I'm real good. Yeah, we're real in. I'm also super fucking good at IT.
I think Theriac is going to go over towards the pizza. We'll like analyze it. Is going to pull out a petri dish, cut off a little bit of the tip of a slice, put it in the petri dish, close it, put it back in the pocket, and then get an actual slice of pizza.
A sample of our pizza?
Yes.
Why?
To check for the possible bacteria climate on this.
Oh, you don't have to test
ship.
for that. There's definitely bacteria on there.
There's I would severely hope so that there's bacteria. Otherwise, that's a well. What is the condition of your lab? Do you have a lab on this vessel?
No. I think we have this room and a bathroom.
Well, we got the and it's not a lab. We got like some implements, but they're not installed. We have like glasses. Do you need glasses to like test stuff?
You might have to clean some soda out of
A
some.
microscope?
Do we have
Do
a
you-
microscope?
Do you have a microscope?
I have glasses to see. That's if you put those real close to something, I'm sure they'll do the same kind of thing.
So
I'm
basically,
Aren't you a I'm not a scientist.
I am a scientist. I am a biohacker. I am a xeno.
Biohacker?
I am a xenoecologist.
you work at a zoo.
I work at a zoological park.
What zoological park?
I am the co-founder and head scientist of Wild Time.
Cool.
So,
When did that open?
It's not open yet. It's open in like a week.
You still looking for animals? And you haven't.
No,
Oh.
we have all of our subjects are already in in their enclosures, in their exhibits. The
Are the slugs for personal use?
define personal use?
You define personal use. Just answer the question.
Study.
Well, like, I feel like you might know if they're for personal use or business or pleasure, you know?
Pleasure. What pleasure would you give from slugs? No one answer that.
Friendship?
Yeah,
Friendship.
Well,
I-
if you're a
It is-
biohacker, that could be possible, couldn't it?
No,
No?
it is possible. It is not within the purpose of the organisms at Wild Times is to study the organisms that are on Idun, and within a controlled environment, and to make sure that they were not excessively aggressive.
It's a zoo, mate. I think it's
It's-
for, like, public viewing. Whole point. Zoo is people pay money.
A
just-
wildlife park.
So,
A zoo is for entertainment. Wild
And-
Times is for education and information for the public.
Are people going to go there though? Like to look?
I severely hope so.
So
all
you're
of-
hoping that people
All of
come.
the advertisements that I've seen have been quite antithetical to my express thesis for the facility.
it's a
But-
super sick place. They got like hotels and restaurants already and stuff.
Oh.
So it's a zoo.
No, it's a wildlife
It's a-
park.
See,
yeah.
Skye understands. Skye understands.
Okay.
Guy understands.
I'm going
So
to
when you say-
slink away.
So when you say biohacker and you were talking about, oh, the animals have to be less aggressive because they're in a wildlife park, do you like fuck with the animals to make them less aggressive?
Azhaam also now slinks away.
We genetically modify these creatures slowly, carefully, to lessen the hormonal effects within stressful encounters, so that when they are placed in somewhere like a smaller habitat than maybe they're used to, that they do not react in such a visceral way, and that there is less of a threat of bodily harm to the scientists and crew first and foremost, but also to the audience and to the visitors of Wild Times.
Huh.
It's a delicate process. It requires several iterations of extraction and re-implementation of it's primarily extracted through blood or other liquids. Sometimes cerebrospinal fluids are more common. If it's a more gelatinous creature, that doesn't necessarily have like if I were to do the mollusks that we might find on Leviathan's eye, I might use mucus.
Gross.
But primarily liquids are what we use to modify, which makes sense if within photo and the liquid as the implementation of change within a system. Anyway, that's more
Right.
personal religious matters, but regardless.
Sorry. So are the slugs for personal use?
No.
What do you think the other two are up to right now?
They're gone. They left.
Yeah, they left a little bit ago. So's pal.
Uh,
Are the other two up to anything?
I guess looking around the ship for a small place to hide. Just like a little a nook, a cranny, a series of pipes, anything she can crawl into and just be in a dark little spot.
Yeah, there are, this ship being the way that it's built, there are nooks and crannies absolutely everywhere, scattered throughout the whole ship. You find yourself, just as you said, just like some pipes that like they aren't steaming or bursting, they're just quite warm, just off to the side, just past the crew living quarters. And you snuggle on up in there.
Just kind of making a little space in here. I don't have anything, but I tidy a spot of it with like the back of my cloak, and dust it off, and then sit down and like kick my legs up and curl up there.
Dylan, would you be comfortable with me trying to find Ike, with Azhaam trying to find Ike?
Sure.
Can I roll a perception check to see if I can find Ike?
Yeah, absolutely you can, yeah. Dylan, you can decide like the DC, or if you would like a roll to combat it.
Let's see. So, my natural dex is 15, so why don't we go with that?
Absolutely.
So I rolled a natural 20 plus 6, so that's a 26.
Oh, there you go. Hell yeah. It does take some looking. It's difficult to find Ike since you were looking in like the main crew areas. So it takes you a little. It takes you a little while, like an hour, maybe an hour and a half. But yeah, you do end up coming across and finding Ike.
Oh, there you are. You lost? This place is a bit of a maze.
No, I wasn't lost.
Oh, you're hiding.
I wasn't hiding. Don't.
Leap. Sorry, I haven't
just
interacted with many people in a while.
finding a place to just get some rest.
Oh, I was wondering if you want to share some of this viscous black liquid and also a sandwich. I think it's supposed to be coffee, but I'm not sure. I wasn't told.
Sorry. Oh. I kind of don't think that coffee would be good for me. I'm already a little bit,
On edge.
yeah. But
I mean, when
I'll eat.
I like pull out the wrap and I just like break it into two and hand over half. So, who do you think is chasing you?
Good. Well, I guess it depends on what day it is and what I've done recently, and who I'm with, and what planet I'm on, and what area I'm in. It could mean a lot of things. I don't know. It's really up to a lot of different things. Maybe no one's after me.
Somehow I doubt that, and somehow you doubt it too.
Well, yeah, it comes with the territory a little bit.
Territory? Well, what do you do?
I don't do anything different than what you do. You know, just things, jobs, stuff.
So you've also been a prisoner for 30 years. Ah, that's tough. I like take a. That's the moment I take a first bite of a sandwich.
No, definitely not that.
Oh, rebel leader then.
You can keep guessing if you want.
Baker?
No, I again, just little jobs, just things. I just get things and do things.
Well, I mean, judging by your armor, you're pretty successful at it. That looks expensive.
She perks up, drops her tail. You like it, really?
Well, I mean, it's very fancy.
It's pretty fancy. I like it very much.
You know, what strikes me about you, you're wearing very fancy armor. You have clearly a bit of a habit of finding some of the nicest things in a room. But also, you feel like you're on the run. And you didn't blink too hard when I said 30 years a prisoner. Nor are you trying to get away from me, which is pretty interesting, considering, you know, usually that indicates a, I don't know, killed someone, did something. Whereas then it said rebel leader, and you didn't even blink at that one. So.
Well, I mean, we're stuck on this ship. Where am I gonna go exactly? Gonna jump out of the window into space?
Oh my god. Would you guys mind if I walked in and then jumped out the window into space?
Please.
I do not mind that at all.
Thank you. Yeah,
Please.
Skye walks through the hallway and she's like, "Oh, hey, sup?" And then puts down her goggles, concealing her eyes, puts up a gas mask, goes through an airlock, and then jumps out a window into space, taking her board off her back. That's all. Continue.
All right, well, I can't do anything like that. I've never seen anything like that before. So, but still, no. I wasn't gonna run away from you because, I think we're all a bit of varying flavors of criminal in this little ship. Maybe not the doctor, but I'm not sure about that one yet.
I feel like it's the first time you admitted that, though, that you're a criminal by any sense. And according to quite a number of things, I'm not a criminal at all.
Well, I'm not sure I think you know me well enough. I know exactly what I do.
What do you do? You said little things. Like what?
Work.
I get it. I've got secrets too. But one thing I've learned about, you know, being alone, eventually you find yourself drowning in him.
Well, I'm sure that that's very true, but I am not alone. I have tons of friends, like enough to fill a big ballroom worth of friends.
So many friends that you've been on this ship for what, 2 hours and you haven't called anyone?
What? I didn't see anybody making phone calls. We're on our way to a job. You don't make phone calls on your way to a job.
Well, if I had someone
you?
I was close to, yeah, I would.
That's just irresponsible and begging for trouble. I know how to stay hidden till the job is done.
Well, why don't you show me some of your friends? I can show you one of mine. I pull open like it's really old. It's like a very old personal communicator. It is 30 years out of date, at least. It was probably old when I got it, so think 40 years out of date. And I scroll through the images super slowly, because again, it's super old, and I've not updated. I haven't updated to the latest OS. And I pull open an image of me and another looking horned giant, basically. That's Melise. They're my partner. And that's me and my mum. I don't have pictures of my dad. He died when I was young. And I point to an image who's not in the 3D, of like basically a gigantic bug person. That's Hive. They're great.
They seem great. Who are they?
My best friends. Well, Melise is my partner, of course.
You just showed me a picture of your mom, so I figure this is your best friend.
Hive? Oh no, Hive was my lieutenant.
Oh. Well, they look all very nice.
Yeah, I do. Look at me. I find one person to talk to for like a second, and here I am just spilling out my guts.
Well,
I'm so sorry.
it's been a while then, huh? I mean, I'm assuming 30 years is just ended then?
A couple of days ago.
Well, you picked a heck of a first couple of days.
I didn't pick his. I picked the ship, but I didn't pick being on VA-11 or. See, I got released because apparently there was a paperwork accident that led to 30-year incarceration, because it was never legal. So, they just dropped me here because they don't want me to cause trouble.
Oh. Well, so then you didn't do anything wrong then?
Oh, I did. They just didn't charge me for it.
That's good then. Well, I don't hate you, and I'm very glad that you're on this ship.
I should probably leave you alone to your napping.
I should probably find a new room. No offense, I don't. I like to be able to have a little hiding.
What are looking at, like, I've now walked through most of the ship. Where are the places that are hardest to find? Could I roll tactician, my profession?
Yeah, sure. Honestly, probably even without rolling, the place that Ike is hiding was fucking hard to find. Like, it's a hidey hole.
I rattle off 3 different places that were less hard to find, but also pretty hard to find. I won't go looking.
I appreciate that.
I've seen this entire ship, so.
Well, okay.
There's a doo-doo throughout a speaker, which is connected throughout all the ship.
Hey, Skye, can you get the fuck back in the ship? We are all arriving to Leviathan's Eye, so everyone needs to strap back in.
Guy comes back into the ship.
Everyone goes back to their seats, and you see ahead of you a large glass dome that should have covered all these different rides and attractions, all floating in the middle of space. But the dome has cracked and shattered as a huge asteroid almost impales throughout the whole thing. And the ship slows, and you all get ready to plan. We're going to take a break there. Beautiful, wonderful gamers. We're going to be like 10 minutes. But fucking hang in there, and then come on back when you're ready. When we're back. I don't know why I said when you're ready. That doesn't matter. But
Thank
come when
you.
you're back. Okay. See you in a little bit, beautiful people. Why, hello there, beautiful gamers. Hi, welcome back. It's an absolute honor to have you here. We we're doing a little playing. We did the Atomless new campaign session 1. We've just our team have oops, a daisy. I got a little notification there. Beep. Our team have all joined together and gone on a ship called the Patchwork, and for all of their different reasons, have all collectively all come together. And are flying toward a place called the Leviathan's Eye, which is a theme park that has fallen into the asteroid belt that surrounds the planet of Ran, turning it into scrap. All of our little group have all gathered for different means to go on to Leviathan's Eye. However, the main reason, the main thing that they need is the pilot of this ship, Scrap, needs a drift core to travel from solar system to solar system. We rejoin with our gang having gotten to the point where they can see the Leviathan Eye, and floating in front of you is the Leviathan's Eye, a large glass dome that should be covering the different rides and attractions, has been shattered by a large asteroid that seems to have impaled through the Leviathan's Eye. Different large scraps of rebar float surrounding the area. You can tell just by looking at it that the anti-gravity has been completely shot, as inside you see like a part of a Ferris wheel that's like floating just softly above the ground. As the ship, the Patchwork, comes to a soft halt, you can see it out in front of you. Scrap grabs a small little kind of looks like a monocle, and puts it in front of them, twisting and turning it. And like, right, so the drift core that we need seems like it'll be inside of the engine room, and from what I can see, there's 3 pretty simple ways in, or ways that we can get in. We can just dock at where the other ships go, which would be pretty safe, but would be incredibly obvious to anyone who comes. So if we see any form of resistance, we will be spotted basically instantly. There is a maintenance hatch, probably, which might be a little harder to get into and maybe take you through some weird winding halls. We'd also need to... Any of you can hack? Can any of you hack anything?
Scrap.
All right, I know you can. I mean, if anyone else can. We'd probably need to hack the maintenance door to get in, and I don't know if they have any form of security measures, but if we go that way, we'll be completely hidden. So there is that. If anyone comes up, they won't be able to see us at all. And third, he points to the large hole that the asteroid has created. We can just float in that way. That'll be super quick. We can get to the drift core in no time at all. That'll be dangerous as hell. We'd have to float in anti-gravity for like a little bit, and I'd have to find another way to pick you up.
Not to be that guy who's like constantly, hey, can I roll? Can I roll? Can I roll? But can
How dare you play the game?
Yeah, we're not here to do that. Can I roll Tactician again to see if those are the best options, and if so, what would be the best operation for pickup if we decide to go through the dangerous as hell?
Absolutely yes. Actually, everyone, if you give me a decent argument, anyone can roll for just some information on the 3, or if you want to specifically spot, there's perception, which you can do. If any of your professions kind of clock with it, if you have spells that clock with it, abilities, whatever.
I actually kind of want I get to try to, I mean, we're far away a little bit still, but I want to kind of get a look at the infrastructure and see if hacking into a lock system would be possible. I kind of want to use computers, my computer skill to see if I could do that.
Absolutely. As you walk up to like the front like viewing window, Scrap just like without looking hands you the little monocle, and it's a thing which you see is it's essentially just a telescope, but from the future. So you can like zoom in and things. Yeah, you can absolutely roll computers. That's fine. What did we get on the tactician check?
21.
21. Ooh. So hell yeah. I'll tell you a little. These are the three like quickest ways that don't require like heavy machinery to get in. There would probably be a quicker way if you had like a drill or something like that. There's also, you do spot, or rather you would know that with the guns that the ship has, you could probably blow a hole in the side of the engine and make it so that you can get in that way. But the danger aspect of that would be like unless you know specifically where you're shooting, there's a pretty high chance that you're just going to just blow the whole engine and have all of Leviathan's Eye blow up right in front of you. So you have I'll narrow down a little way. You've got the actual docking port, which does have a lot of ships on it, which is safe, but it's obvious. The hole through the main dome, which is quick but dangerous, and you have the maintenance port, which is hidden but it's slow. And those are your three. Ike, would you like to do a cheeky little, give me that computers check? Yeah? Yeah?
Something good. I feel like it's something good
I
here.
feel like it's a good roll.
It's a 25.
Oh, gorgeous.
That's a good roll.
You've hacked harder. You know that you can pretty quickly hack any like you're looking at this ship, which is functionally a theme park. It's a popular one, yes, but it's still a theme park. They're not going to have security to like obnoxious degrees in terms of their coding, and you're like, I could hack that. You could get in easily. You do, whilst spotting with the little magnifying, you see the on the asteroid that is currently like breaking through the main hull. You see these tiny little dots of these yellow and blue things, like kind of covering a lot of the asteroid. And whilst looking, you spot a bar. You spot like a few restaurants and things, which you'd easily be able to pick things up at. And also through being like whip smart, you think the maintenance hatch would probably be like, even though the Azhaam would also know this. Even though the like going up and above, it's quick and it's very dangerous, yes. But going through maintenance hatches, just in case this place has security, if the power is still on, then there's like some form of a turret or something, you will hit it if you're going through the maintenance port, since there would be some form of like backup. So although the maintenance port is hidden, and will probably get you there to the direct through the engine room, like possibly like a little like hidden and faster and stuff like that, there would be maybe some security. The best way off, specifically because Azhaam, you asked this, if you stop off at maintenance, Scrap would have to keep the patchwork in air. If you go in through the top, there's no way back. Like, you go in through the top and then he's just gonna have to meet you somewhere. You all have like comms and stuff. It's a future thing. You can all contact each other through comms no matter how far apart you are if you exchange numbers. The like actual docking port, you could just sit and stay and like you can come and go from the docking port and just hope that no one spots you. I know that was a lot of information, so I am willing to you just be like, just explain shit again in simpler terms, and I'll be like, yeah, that's fine.
I'm pretty sure the doors and locks won't be a problem.
I think that... Let me ask you something. Would you prefer to keep the ship in one space, or would you prefer to do a couple swings around, keep an eye out for any incoming hats?
What's Scrap's doing?
Yep, Scrap. I'm asking Scrap.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy to do fly around. Like that's fine by me.
Okay, so maintenance hatch probably has some sort of background security on it. We might want to head to the docking bay first, drop us off there, circle around a bit, pick us up at the maintenance hatch. Because by the time we get to it, it'll be, one, we'll be close to the engine, and the drive core is probably a bit heavy. But two, we'll be able to see what kind of security they have on board, and we won't be surprised by it.
I mean, what kind of security can they have? It's like a theme park. It's no wildest time, you know?
And, I imagine I know, like, even though it's a theme park, I imagine, like, I know some non-lethal, probably, but, you know, places like this tend to keep a lot of cash, and they tend to be pretty guarded during the day. Times we're off, backup security usually kicks in. Turrets and like. Maybe. Possibly. Not...
Sounds fun.
Yeah, nothing too serious.
Problem is, more noise we make coming in, more obvious we're going to make ourselves. We might start off hidden, but if we start kicking off every single security system I have, well, there could be backup buoys to transmit that information to, you know, corporation owns this place. Right. Can transfer that information to the heads. Sorry,
Any spare masks?
Spare masks? What, for oxygen breathing? Yeah, I got some spares.
Alright, well, that'll conceal the bottom half of your face, so...
So, we good to go, docking bay, and then maintenance, do we want to stay in docking bay? I'm not going to pretend like I can order all of you about. But
do we want to... I thought the plan was we start at maintenance and then leave maybe via somewhere else, because I would hate to get to maintenance and then find out that we can't hack our way out and then be stuck there. I would rather try and hack our way in and then find an easy way to vamoose, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Hacking our way in. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, if we're going to go that route, we take it slow, probably single file, double check for security systems along the way, check a backup subroutines like.
Yeah, I can take you through maintenance. That's no trouble at all. Is that the plan?
I think that's the course of action that makes the most rationale.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye, aye.
Right then, there we go. The ship and flies down below the like the nice festivities and ends into like the cold, like just real, this is a ship that is supposed to be like held in orbit. Scrap flies along to these two huge metal doors. You see that there's a small light above him that flashes on orange. Yeah, that's the boarding call. But I can't imagine anyone's there. Turns on comms, you hear like a of just like open comms, and then nope. So yeah, normally they want us to they need like a code, essentially a check-in, to be able to dock. If you guys have any form of hacking ability, now's the time to show it off.
Take it away, lady.
Me? Okay, yeah.
The floor is yours.
All right. I kind of what is it I'm looking at exactly?
With the like comms open, the like docking port comms open, a small screen opens up, and you and what it looks like is just a screen that like looks out onto the these two giant bay doors, which are normally just like a password or something is written into. I see a thread, a strand of almost energy that looks tangible, which is connecting this specific computer to the doors. It's a computer with a keypad.
Okay, so ignoring the keypad, I will look and lean in close to the touch screen and lift a finger up, and she kind of just plucks gently down on the thread and whispers a little bit to the computer, hopefully inaudibly to everyone else, just sort of having a little intimate chat with the screen, and tries to find out its secret.
There is a response, not through like any form of conversation, but just like a there's a warmth that runs through you as this computer is open to a dialogue as you speak to it. Would you like to roll me computers?
I would. Unnatural 20.
It gives a warm. It regards you as a good friend, as you feel just calm in its presence, and it gives you it leaves the energy like leaves you, but it's leaving like you're watching someone cheekily walk away. You see this thread as it flies back to the doors, and the doors and open, and the computer and the docking port ding green.
And I just go bye and walk through the doors.
Whoa! Wait, how'd you do that? I would have probably just gone through the Linux system and like switched some files around, but I don't even see what you did there.
Did you say goodbye?
No.
I thought she was saying goodbye to us.
I look at Ike, I look at the rest. Oh, she didn't say anything. I said goodbye because computers, I love them. And I just pat the computer as if it's a dog on the head. Except it doesn't have a head, and it's a computer.
So long, computer.
Scrap pulls the ship forward, lowers the ramp onto the into the maintenance hatch, so you could just walk in. The oxygen carries from one to the other, but you still carry on the oxygen masks as just in case oxygen is like a little fucky in the eye. And yeah, y'all, you can do what you want. The door opens and there's an open door and the ramp off into the Leviathan's eye.
Do we have a map or something so we can know where the core is?
I could perhaps try and find something through my computer system. I'm certain there were some design aspects that were pulled for Wild Times. Could I do... Oh, what kind of check would this be?
I fucking love the way that you. I love the little thing that you did of just like, oh yeah, we stole some plans. That makes complete sense to me. Absolutely, you can. I'll just argue me a roll, and I'm happy to have you roll it.
Okay. I'm gonna say this is profession.
Hell yeah, let's go.
Okay, that is a 27.
Absolutely, yeah. You, as you step foot in, you kind of remember like even though the little bits weren't taken, but you remember like seeing the plans once of just like, oh well, we could do this if we wanted like the docking port to come down and like all that, and you remember a meeting that you had with some execs, just like there was like what is essentially Imagineers who were like, oh, I have an idea, how about we can do this and make this, and it was a meeting that wasn't your forte, but you do remember the map and seeing the layout of things. You remember where to go.
I can sort of guide everybody in the right direction.
Absolutely, yeah.
Awesome.
Okay, guys, here's the plan. Do we want to huddle up? Let's huddle up. Come here. So, snow globe sounds hard as hell. That's going to be like finding a needle in a haystack. So I say, go get the drift core, because that's going to help us get out of here way better. Go get those slugs, because that sounds gross. Maybe we'll find the snow globe along the way. End the mission at the bar to celebrate. I like it.
Snow globe.
Perfectly reasonable. I would check maybe the...
I thought you wanted a snow globe or something.
You're right, I did. Yeah, it's probably a gift shop next to the bar.
I was going to say yes. Check the merchandise.
Okay, so step 1, get the drift core. All right, hands in. Thievery on 3. 1, 2, 3. Thievery.
Oh my god, the unsuredness of literally everyone aside from Skye saying the word thievery was very good for me. You hear of the maintenance doors shutting, and Scrap, you hear it.
So I'm going to do 2 turns around, and I'm going to join you at the. I'm going to join you in the docking port, the main docking port. Everyone okay with that?
Yeah, be safe out there, dude.
Aye.
And you're left in a cold, dark hallway. There are lights on, but they're pulsing like a frantic heartbeat, just like flickering on and off. And as you walk down these halls through Theriac, who's leading you, there's this constant message that is repeated through the speakers.
Drift lockdown in effect. Please proceed to drift docks. Drift lockdown in effect. Please proceed to drift docks.
Just constantly being repeated over and over again.
Oh god, that's gonna get annoying. Can I try and hack that to turn that off?
You definitely can give it a go, yeah.
Okay.
Put on some sweet tunes. Azhaam doesn't say that.
Oh my god, yeah. No, I would do that. Can I like turn the radio on or something?
You can absolutely give it a go. Give me a computers check.
Hell yeah. If I roll badly, is it gonna be like experimental jazz or something?
Yeah. You will always hack it, but it's the quality of
26.
Music. Oh!
Skye reaches up and taps her goggles a little bit and looks around.
The way you hack is very different to how meta-wise we've seen Ig. Yours is a physical, like you put your glasses on and there is this you feel this connection of a slight pulling against just your temple as you feel like a magnet activate, and your both your goggles like fill with code that you like eye, and with some like flicks of your fingers are able to like push past and move certain things. Are you changing the... You turn off the announcement of drift lockdown in effect. Do you switch it to any music? You switch
I
it to anything
do.
else?
You guys hear echoing through these empty halls what starts with a rad guitar solo that goes like, and then the drums kick in like, and Skye does this cute little like jump dance, a little air guitar, and then she's like, let's go steal some stuff.
As soon as this like, and then the drums like, can everyone give me a perception check just really quick?
Oh,
Yeah.
God, I bet that blew our whole cover.
But it looks really cool.
But it looks really cool.
cover? Oh, that's another nat 20. Wow.
Nice.
You said it was a perception?
Yeah, please.
That's a 17.
Nice.
26.
13?
Nice. 26. Skye?
Oh, I'm rolling too? The
Yeah,
one
everyone.
who caused the problem? That's 13.
Azhaam, you're the
too
only one
focused
who
on the baseline.
clocks, but everything just seems like everything just gets very loud very quick. So the rest of you can't quite hear it. You're very distracted by the music they just started playing. But Azhaam, you hear in a vent above you a clatter, and then sound like the sounds of something scattering, something large scattering through the vent away from you down the hall.
I reach towards my wrist, towards my waist for a pistol. Forget that I actually didn't take Scrap's pistol.
Oh, Scrap would have given you it. The flight was like
Oh.
8 hours. If you want it, you can absolutely take. Yeah.
Yeah, I put my hand on the hilt and I look up. There's something else here.
Like a person, or...
No idea. It's in the vents, but it reacted to the music. It just freaked out, scared off. I point in the direction.
Oh, then I am a genius and it's running away from us. We don't have to worry about it. Let's go get that drift core.
Guy, we were supposed to be here alone.
Uh,
This means we're not.
I don't know. This place is abandoned. They probably have like animals running through the vents and stuff. And this guy's here for animals. So that's like, there's more things to take. Slugs plus.
I kind of agree. I think if it ran away, we shouldn't go looking for trouble. Didn't we all say that we don't actually want to fight anything?
I'm just worried it might call for help.
Okay, then we keep an eye out.
Yeah.
And move really quickly.
Yeah.
Best course of action when dealing with unknowns in an unfamiliar environment is to just keep moving forward, but stay alert. So, let's keep moving forward. But please, continue purveying the area. Azhaam, that was very astute.
Yeah, I do that. I think I walk like beside Theriac as they lead us on,
No.
just keeping as much of an eye as possible. I search for traps. Can I search for traps?
You can search for traps. You want to search for traps?
Do you also have dark vision?
Do I?
About that.
Well, you are a being made of actual lava. So you are giving us light, like a soft light that is surrounding everyone. Do you
I
actually
glow
want to
like a
check for
fairy
traps? I will allow you
Fantasia.
to check for traps if you actually want to check for traps.
I'm mostly checking for like security measures than traps.
Sure.
me
Give
a
me a computers. Actually, you can argue different, but I'm gonna go for computers or engineering just to clock where these types of things would be. In
Not
like
the
a.
profession again.
Oh, you can go for profession. Profession of tactics. Yeah, it works very well actually. That's way better than anything I suggested.
Yes, this has become a very handy profession, but then wait until we go to a mall. I'm gonna be so confused.
On tactics of Black Friday shopping, please. What's the best way to tackle this sale?
In Canada or the US, because those are two different beasts.
In space, it's completely different. Oh my
Oh
god.
no.
Yeah, sure.
21.
Give me beautiful. You know what drift lockdowns are. Drift lockdowns switch on only emergency protocol. So because the idea of a drift lockdown is that the ship is going into drift, which is like warp speed, Starfinder's version of warp speed. So they turn off all security measures to go into drift because it just sucks up power from like incorrect places. So yeah, you imagine that everything is turned off and on emergency mode.
Should be safe for now. As long as we stay in drift lockdown, that is.
You follow Theriac. You follow down longer hallways and take sharp turns, which you feel like you're going back on yourself, but you're not because there's like a slight lip of going up or going down. And you see you see a sign which has lit up drift lockdown in progress, but also it says engine room underneath. When walking around the corner to look at the large closed maintenance doors, which also say engine room above, there is a turret pointing down, but it is clearly powered off as it's fully dipping its head. The door is not it's not a computer it's mechanized, but it's not computer based, so you can just pull it open.
Okay, well, first of all, I don't want to take any chances with that, so I'd like to reach up, grab the turret, put my foot against the wall, and tear it off.
Oof, that is going to be a hard, just base strength. That's going to be a base strength of like 20?
Strength?
It's going to be a beefy to pull off a whole thing, yeah.
It's a 20?
Did you get 20?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah, okay. I
Well,
listened.
then
No, my
19.
word. Yeah, I said you do it. Yeah, no, you fully do it. You like pull it and it you don't get it off the wall. You're not like just made of muscle. But you like get it so that a few wires like buzz and crack and snap, and from your knowledge of engineering, this isn't going to work. This is dead. Even if everything turned back on, this one turret is just it's donezo.
Sorry, buddy.
So all that stands in front of you is these closed big doors.
I think Theriac is like gonna walk up and just gonna be like, should be fine if we just open the doors, and then just like with their little root hands, they're just like.
Doctor,
Yes.
we need your expertise. Can I talk to you for a minute? And I want to wave them over to me.
Certainly. Hold on. And then just walks away from the door.
As they walk away from the door, I want to like signal to Azhaam, like, Doctor, the skittering sounds we heard earlier. Did you happen to hear it?
I did not catch that. No, unfortunately.
Skittering. Is it usually a sign of a particularly large creature?
Well, size is more determinate of, and then just goes into
yeah.
a ramble. about,
Are you guys having like an aside right now?
Yeah.
When you turn your backs, can Skye just like take a pin out of her hair and then go to the door?
Skye goes to the door. I believe Azhaam was also at the door, ready to open it. Right?
Oh.
Am I?
I look down at Skye. Go ahead.
Yeah. I was gonna say, can you see me take the pin out of my hair, and then can I look up and be like, oh shit.
It's okay.
Oh god, my dude's falling out. You know?
It's fine. As long as.
Oh, okay, cool. And I'd like to pick the lock, please.
Absolutely. Yeah. Give me a sleight of hand, just to be spicy and get those rolls.
A sleight
in.
of hand or a lock picking.
Oh shit, you do. Yeah, lock picking would be great. Yeah, go on.
Is it possible
18.
to aid someone in a roll? By the way.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Yeah, you can absolutely give her a hand if you want. With the Azhaam, how are you helping Skye in picking the lock?
I'm trained in sleight of hand.
Oh, well, there you go.
So I'm probably just like, you know what? Like, there's a little lock, because these doors aren't meant to be open like an actual door, right? So there's a hatch that needs to be cracked open. I'm like, oh, right here, and I, like, dig a small, crusty finger behind it.
Ew.
Crack it. He's covered in magma crust.
Oh,
That's
of course,
his thing.
that's less gross. Okay, I was
Still, it looked like a small amount of ash falling to the floor.
He's a lava man, so it's fine.
Yeah, it's completely fine. If you don't think about how the crust is literally forming on his skin, it's fine. Yeah, I just help out by finding where the lock is.
Yeah, so Skye, roll that with advantage. You can roll your lock picking again.
23. Oh, thanks,
Look at
dude.
that shit. Yeah, you hear a very satisfying of air escaping from the other room and are able to pretty easily push it aside. As you do, you see a long hallway, 90 foot stretched out in front of you. Dark the whole way down. Shutters on each side are completely closed. And at the end of the hall, there is a large room that is brightly lit up. There is a seeming crystal in the center of this room, which has this arc of lightning, which is hitting a command console. The light that this lightning is giving the crystal makes it shine out in this gorgeous rainbow pattern that seems to cling to the walls and leaving almost like an imprint of color on everything that it's moving slightly and touching. You do also see part of the asteroid wedged in to the engine room, and there are a few slugs sliming all over it. What do you guys do?
Is that crystal the drift core?
That crystal is not the drift core. You've seen drift cores before, and you can tell that this is not it. However, you can spot drift cores around, but this crystal is not that.
Okay, I'm gonna take my skateboard off my back and start down the long hallway.
You skate down the hallway, and nothing seems to there's no activation or nothing. It's just a smooth long ride down.
Theriac, you must have loosened up, just cracked open.
You get down to the other end. Is anyone else joining Skye walking down this long hall?
Yeah, I call it to Theriac and immediately walk up.
I thought you guys said you were fast.
I start running just a little bit down.
I think Theriac has to sprint.
They
got little legs.
So
I take a long stride.
Yeah, with Skye skateboarding down, Azhaam walking normally, Ike jogging a little bit, and Theriac full sprinting, all walking at the exact same pace as you go down this hall. You get to the end, and you see the engine room. There are clearly marked these large cylinders, which are quite big and pretty heavy, with these lightning yellow orbs which are in the center. There's a bunch of them all stacked up. There's big signs saying drift core, spare drift cores. And you see those there. This asteroid that has fallen in, there's a few slugs seem to poke from the top. They're about this big, football sized, which are just minding their own business, just sliming around. And there is this crystal, which is the arc lightning doesn't seem to touch the crystal. It seems unaffected by it, but still giving it like it's coming off of the crystal, but it's not touching. It's not touching it in any way. It seems to be coming off of a small aura. And again, there are these like rainbow lights which are like flowing around it and being given off of it through the light that this arc current going into this big main console is giving off.
I think Theriac like instinctively pulls out their like written journal, but then is like, no, we don't have time, and then just flips to a different app and is like taking a picture of the scene, and then like a couple of close-ups, and then puts away their device, and then we'll grab a sort of like expandable like carrier, almost like a pet carrier.
Yeah.
Similar to the ones that they use and they've developed at Wild Times, and is going to try and just grab a slug.
I love this game.
Let's grab this fucking slug. Can you make me a slug grab roll, please?
Sure.
You can make me you can make me a life science if you want.
Hell
you can.
That's the one. That's the one.
Life science. Let's go.
Yeah.
Give me a life science to
I
try.
have a plus 11 in that. If I don't use that, I'm a nuisance. Well.
Oh my god. What did you get, pal?
Well, I got a natural 1, which means it's a 12.
Love that for us. You reach at your hand. It's just like a simple. You don't do anything wrong. You open up the gate. You reach your hand under. As soon as you do, you feel a powerful, intense burning as the mucus of the slug gets all over you, and you can take 4 damage as this acid that this little slug is like protruding off, like burns all of your hand, and you wipe it off. Just take that full damage, and you can give it another go if you want, or you could do whatever. It seems like it's just the way you approached it was incorrect. You didn't have enough knowledge as before.
Yeah,
you didn't do anything wrong.
Oh, how do I change my... Where's the HP?
It will be stamina. If you click it right at the top of your character sheet, stamina, you take that away.
I took 4. I took 4?
Yeah, pal.
Oh.
I rolled max damage
boy.
on my D4. I'm so sorry.
Does this occur in front of all of us?
Yes, it does, yeah.
Okay.
I lost
Whoa, dude, you
my
okay?
health. I think, like, once... Like, it takes, like a couple seconds for it to, like... To feel it, but then Theriac is like, oh, ooh,
Yeah, I guess you should have researched more than just the size, huh?
probably.
Are you all right?
I'm gonna go with no.
Probably just a chemical burn, maybe. And it's all right. It's all right. We'll grab some gloves. And then try again.
The natural one was the gloves.
Natural, yeah, that's
Forget
literally
it.
it. I'll give you advantage because you've now tried once and you have the gloves. Therefore, you have advantage on this little roll.
Okay. I got a 23 this time.
Hell yeah, love that shit.
Science is all about trial and error.
That's it.
right.
You like half scoop it and then half just like throw this slug inside this little carrier. It seems quite passive. It just kind of falls in and does a little like as you throw it in and close the cage.
The like kind of like force field goes back up, and Theriac is like, whew. Yeah, I think one's enough. That's plenty.
Can I go to the cage and be like, your name is Burger and Fries?
I highly do not suggest giving names to the.
Oh, what about milkshake?
What if we get like at least one more though? Isn't just one, wouldn't it get lonely? And
Yeah.
also, isn't it beneficial, to have two, see how they interact with each other, like socially? Unless this is all like, you're not doing like medical experiments on them. You're trying to like study them and find out like what they're like.
You want a
Right.
breeding pair? The
Well,
snails come in breeding
That's
pairs.
true. Maybe a breeding pair. Well, we would perhaps need to identify the sex of this particular individual organism. And just looks in. I wish I knew more about mollusk sex.
This is a
That's a
slug.
quote.
Do they have a burger and fries?
Well, I'll grab another one,
doing
and
good.
then we'll go get another one.
I mean, I
Yeah,
guess
you're welcome. Like, you've now done it once. You don't need to
Yeah.
roll again. You just are
Just
easily
grab
able to
another
pick
one.
another one and you just put it inside of the same or inside a different little cage.
It would be. I don't know that Theriac would have multiple. I think it would have to be the same enclosure.
Oh.
So two of them
Yeah,
in the same. How big are they? They're like football sized.
Yeah, football sized. Yeah.
Well, that's kind of cramped.
Yeah, they're slugs though. They're fine.
But they're slugs.
I mean, Professor, I'm getting the sense here that you're not a very emotional person. But would you not want to be able to tell these slugs apart? How do you tell them apart if they don't have names?
How?
We number them or give them, like subject A31X 2B. Like,
Listen, no offense. I don't mean to toot my own horn or anything, dude, but I'm pretty sure that burger and fries is easier to remember than A29X or whatever you just said.
well,
I mean, we could ask the slug. How do you feel about burger and fries or B29X BNF?
I think it likes burger and
I
fries.
think that's a resounding yes for A29X.
Well, I'll leave you to your profession, the slugs, for personal or professional use, and I'm gonna go get the drift cores.
Cool.
Do you need help with that, or is it just a matter of picking one up?
No, I think I'm good. Can I just... I know drift cores, Matt. Can I just pick it up?
You
Do
can.
I
It's-
need gloves?
No, it's fine. It's like they're already contained in these large containers, but these containers are like two-handers. They are big things.
I was planning on, since I have my skateboard and the only thing on my, like, back harness would be my bow staff, and just take that off and, like, flip it around and attach it like a backpack.
Wonderful. Yeah, that's grand. You do, however, just like with the sheer weight of it, you take the conditioned encumbered. So you move 10 foot slower.
Okay.
That's it. You just move 10 foot slower. So out of big serious situations, doesn't matter at all.
I got this.
So
I'm
as long as
fine.
we're not being attacked by acidic slugs, we're fine.
Yeah. And you grab the drift core. You've got the slug. The only thing left in this room is this like weird little crystal thing. But aside from that, it's all grand.
That looks expensive.
It does. It also looks like it's doing something, and that makes me feel like we should leave it. I'm open to suggestion, though.
Matt, what if we need to roll to figure out what the heck it is?
You can do. If you're trained in mysticism, you could try in that. Piloting, if you want to know if it's something that a ship has before. Engineering to know if like what its use would be on normal vessels.
I'll roll engineering.
And
I got a 13.
I can roll piloting.
I'll roll engineering as well. Sure.
I want to kind of be a little bit of a wild card here, and I want to roll physical science.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I kind of want to see if it's that kind of a thing.
Yeah, no, that's a great shout. Yeah, I love that shit.
Mhm.
Absolutely, you can. Yeah. What are we rolling, gamers?
I rolled a 17 in. I said engineering, so I'm going to go with engineering.
Engineering, brilliant. 17 in engineering. Any with our other rolls?
I got a 13 in engineering, so I imagine I'm just sweating, trying to look tough holding this drift core.
A little bit.
I got a 12 in piloting.
Nice. Ike, what we got?
19 for physical science.
Theriac and engineering, Theriac, you've built things before. You have a lab. You understand like the mechanics of how things fly and what spaceships need and all this. You've literally not a clue at all what this is. This is not a normal thing for ships to have. Not in you don't know, like Azhaam and Skye aren't aware of what this thing is, but you're like, this doesn't fit ships. This doesn't work in any... it might look like it's doing something, and it might very well be doing something, and you can imagine it is with this like lightning arc, but it's not supposed to be there. With your role, you're stood at just kind of the right area. You spot the asteroid as it's burst into the hull of this ship, and you clock a broken part of the asteroid, and it seems like this thing, which you know what Theriac knows, this isn't part of a ship, but it does look like it's come from inside of this asteroid. It is a thing which is clearly has a lot of, like, you can use it as a power source because it is creating this lightning. It looks completely harmless to the touch, since the lightning isn't quite hitting it. It seems to have a little field around it. And you don't really know what it is either, but you can assess that it's from this broken asteroid that hit Leviathan's eye.
Oh, and I just want to kind of like hop and
you hop up and you touch it. As soon as you make contact, there is this doof 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 doof, and the lightning arc just stops, and the crystal just very lightly falls into your hand. All of a sudden, there's like this moment of silence and darkness where you're all kind of stood. The only light in the room was given by this lightning arc, and then the hallway just and lights start turning on again, and you feel like a hum of an engine, like, and you hear
Drift lockdown lifted.
And this long hallway that you walked up, these shutters all lift up, and you see hundreds of people. These slugs that Theriac has seems to have removed their jaw, and they are shambling, kind of like they have created the bottom half of people's jaw. And they are all stood in what people who know ships would be is the drift lockdown area. You can assume really quick that people rushed into here, then the asteroid fell in, and the slugs were able to get in, spread, and just infect hundreds of these people. As soon as all the lights go on and the shutters raise, you get a clock of what is surrounding you. One and then slams against this glass into the drift lockdown, and then all of them and all start slamming themselves into the glass, and you see just lightly the glass starts to crack. And that's where we're going to leave today.
Oh, wait, can I do one more thing?
Oh, you
please?
absolutely can. Yeah, let's go.
I'd
What would
like,
you like
to jaw dropped, slowly reach up to my goggles, press them again, and I'd like for the hard rock music to play again, and look over at my new friends and say, "Let's go."
yeah.
And then there you go. And then that is the end of our little session today, our little thing that we've done. Thank you, gamers, so much for joining us. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for coming along.
What a joy.
Oh god.
Gamers. It's been an absolute honor playing with you all here today at the end of our first ever session, which is absolutely wild to me that we've been able to do this. We're going to do a little bit of socials before we leave off our show. My name is Matthew. I am Captain Krail. You can find me on all places as Captain Krail. I mainly stream, though. I stream Monday to Thursdays at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. GMT. I'm also here on Twee, and yeah, hell yeah, that's me. Thank you so much. Andre, would you like to take it away? We'll go opposite ways this time.
Sure. Hey everybody, my name's Andre. You can find me at Andre Rivera Art on Twitter and on Twitch. I am an illustrator, a character designer, a caricaturist, primarily in the TTRPG community. And checked my Twitter to see if commissions are open, because they're open sometimes.
Beautiful, wonderful Momo O'Brien. God dang.
Hello, I am Momo O'Brien. I make content about immersive experiences. You can find me everywhere at Momo_O'Brien.
Beautiful. Well, beautiful Norton. What would you like?
My name is Nordine Ali. My pronouns are he, him, but you can catch me online at Werewolf Feels on Twitter, Instagram if you really want to see pictures of my dog, and Twitch, where I stream sometimes. I'm also in other games, doing other things, but it's a laundry list. Go to Twitter. You'll find a whole list there.
Wonderful. And last but not least, the absolutely jaw-droppingly incredible Super Dylan. Hi there, pup. Would you like to do your social?
Hello! Hi! I'm Diana or Dylan or Super Dylan. All of those things work for me. And you could find me at Super Dylan everywhere on the internet. Buy my games if you like Neverland and werewolves and being sad or being happy. Those are the two emotions I work with.
Wonderful. You know what you get, and I love that. Yeah. But yes, thank you, gamers, so much for joining us here today. And the next time that our little crew here flies through the Atomless, I hope you will be there to fly with us. Thank you so much. And we'll see you next time. Bye, beautiful people.
Goodbye.
And stars.
Bye. Bye.